Okay, I'm gonna make him really wormy, because I can always go back to wormy. That's easy. Hello there. Welcome, welcome to my luxurious abode. Gather round if you would. There we go. We got to a voice that is not racist and also sounds different than me. We did it, Reddit. So, how do you guys react when you hear this?
With applause, because you did a great accent.
Thank you.
I turn around in the chair and look at him. Where's he at?
He just walked in the door.
So he's at the door?
Yep.
Alright, in that case I would stand up out of the chair and walk to that general direction, not all the way over there, but kind of halfway between the chair and him. And everybody else does nothing.
And everybody else keeps where they were.
What did he say again?
He asked you to gather round.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so I grab Emil and stand up.
Inappropriately?
Yeah, you know. No, sit ass! No. Bad sit ass. Bad. No, and if she'll go with me, I walk over to where he is.
Miss Violet sort of, again, she's sort of like standing behind your right shoulder right now. Or actually, your left shoulder. She's standing away from the troll.
Can I ask a question of the guy or not yet?
Yeah. How do you all do the same, I guess? Sort of tentatively walk up till you're encircling him around.
Yeah, that's what we would do.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm like going too far with trying not to micromanage your guys' movements myself.
Well, I walked over, but I kept my distance, okay?
Okay. So, where were you, Ish? Okay. I keep saying Ish, I keep thinking that's the name of a person, so I can't.
It is the name of
Say
a
it like
person.
that. Hey, Ish, where are you in this? She in chat?
No.
I don't think so.
Nah, oh well. So,
I guess just whoever is, like, standing around him, I'd be maybe a meter behind them.
okay. Vince, are you still at the bar?
Yes. I sent you another question, but
Oh.
I'm gonna sit my drink down. It is empty, and I will walk over and I will place myself juxtaposition of Sitnos's character. So more closer to the wall, I'll set it.
Now let's see if I can hop back into the same voice. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out here this evening. As you well know, we have ourselves a bit of a... I even hate to say this, but spiritual problem. I never put much stock into these spirit hoodoos and whatnots, but he's been causing all sort of problems about the mansion, and we need to turn this place into a moneymaker again. So I called you out here, the best of the best, so they say, to help clear up this matter. And Dance, you wanted to ask a question?
Yeah, never mind. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. Do any of you respond to that? Otherwise he's just going to keep droning on.
No. Let him keep drowning on.
Okay.
I'm slightly humming the Ghostbusters theme song under my breath.
He's like, so he continues, as you may or may not know, there was a bit of an incident here a year ago, and some patrons of the establishment passed away rather tragically, and he sort of like sighs when he's saying this. But business is business, and we can't leave this place vacant forever. So I was told we have some sort of medium here, maybe a spiritualist. Do you have any suggestions for how we might start? So yeah. So, I guess when he says this, Miss Violet sort of tugs on your shoulder sleeve a bit.
Okay. So I turn to look at Violet. What's wrong?
Okay. She tries to whisper. She's like, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Well, we have to make communication with him first. First we should find the strongest point of energy. Where are the spirit? She after like whispering to you for a bit, that first bit, she sort of pipes up to the whole group. Where has the most activity been happening? And Mr. Montgomery says, well, little girl, sort of been scattered all around the mansion. Some days he'll be acting up, or it'll be acting up here in the lounge. Sometimes it'll be way down at the other end of the mansion in the herbarium. She responds to that by saying, well then, we should find out where it's most active now. That's a good idea, little girl. I guess we should maybe divide into pairs and spread out and search the mansion then. Because nothing bad ever happened when you what?
Damn.
No, man, they do it on Scooby-Doo all the time.
All the time. It's fine.
It always works out for them. If you have any questions about the establishment, my staff would be more than willing to accommodate you. And he knocks on the door behind him, and the door opens up, and the doorman and the maid are both standing there. It's like, let's see. Should I just call the maid Yvette?
Yes.
Just because Clue?
Mm-hmm.
But there was no doorman in Clue.
Call him Yvette.
Call him Yvette?
And call her, like... Sam.
Sam?
Yep.
Frank.
Frank?
Oh, Frank. That's good. Hey, Kai.
Sam and Max?
Greetings.
Nope. Frank... We're gonna call Frank and Yvette, whatever. Except, I'm not gonna do the backward gender thing, because otherwise it's gonna screw me up later.
Okay, yeah. Me too.
Frank, Yvette, would you be so kind as to give, let's see, how should I refer to you guys as a group? Our specialists a tour of the mansion? And they nod. And they sort of exit into the hallway. I try to click on the friggin' hallway in Dance's stream instead of in my friggin'... I forgot how hard this was, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright.
Are you starting to see why Arby got so frustrated?
But Arby got frustrated because of trolling, not because of managing, I don't think.
Yeah, imagine how much worse this would be with some Jinx.
Oh. What? No, I'm not. It would be fine. Anyways, moving on. So you guys are sort of welcomed into the hallway by the doorman and the maid.
So we all walk into the hallway, follow them, or?
Mhm. In the hallway where you entered in here, 1 second.
Why are you on my head?
Drawing. Objects. Why? Why can't I draw right now? I want to draw. But I can only select things right now. Why is
Do you
that?
have the drawing thing selected in the top left?
I can't select it. It is grayed out. I might have to refresh my page.
Yeah, it's grayed out on mine too, but I can still select it and use it.
But it's not pulling up things.
Yeah.
Like, I can't select color or anything like that. So I need to refresh my page. 1 second. But you guys all exit into the hallway. I guess it's... Oh my god, please. Okay. I've clearly done something to upset Roll20. I'm sorry, Roll20. For anything that I may have done. Oh, I was seeing the objects and tokens and not the paintbrush.
Told you.
So yeah, that was a thing. And this is the exit. And now I need to text. Exit. Okay. So, Mr. Montgomery also turns to the troll as you guys exit. He's like, oh, and some of our door systems seem to have been on the fritz. We may need you to have a look at that in order to proceed with the full search of the mansion. But I think right now, a few of the doors to the north wing are still open.
Well, let me try this door over here.
That's the exit. It works.
I'm aware. That was the joke.
That was the joke. I'm not in a detection of sarcasm mood, so I don't understand what sarcasm is or how it exists in this world.
And you're going to have trouble communicating with me.
Oh god.
Oh my god, please stop making more squares. Okay,
Is that you?
that's me. I actually made more squares than I needed. Oh well.
Can never have enough squares.
Oh my god, why? There we go. We did it!
Are you drunk?
I'm tired. Does that count?
It's almost the same thing.
Oh my god, why? Okay, that's what happens when you expand squares instead of just drawing new ones. Okay, give me just another second to do things I definitely shouldn't have done before stream!
It's the worst.
And I want this one to be red.
I'll come back in half an hour, so we'll be in the next hallway.
Yep. Okay, so might as well just for good measure. So, Mr. Montgomery turns to the troll. He's like, "You are our technician for the evening, correct?" He notices
Yes,
you
sir.
have some electronic components and a cybernetic monkey. So,
Yes, that is correct.
all right, very good. So if you will look down this hallway to my right, and he points. Oh, that's draw object. I don't want to do that. He points down to this end of the hallway. The door on the left seems to be malfunctioning. If you could make that operational, and we will have greater access to the rest of the mansion. Otherwise, I don't know. Sometimes the doors just stop working in certain points of the nights.
I'll give it a shot. I go over to the door. What kind of door is it? Like a...
He's like, if we could, would you mind helping him, Yvette? And she
Creature.
gives a polite nod and a curtsy, and she follows behind the rigger.
Oh, I see.
What were you asking, Matt?
What kind of door is it?
You'll know when you arrive. You haven't done that yet.
Oh.
Give me a sec. So...
It's a chupacabra.
So you leave on down the hallway to go check the doors, and then he continues on. And we were supposed to have some spiritual experts. You little girl, you have some knowledge of these things. And she, Miss Violet nods. And you are, and he signals towards Miss Green.
I'm Miss Green.
Yes. What do you do?
I'm a spiritualist.
Very good. Well, that would make you the medium, miss, and then Miss Violet nods again. Good. Well, recently there's been higher activity in the herbarium, down the hallway straight. Perhaps it would be wise of you to check down that way. So that would be down this way, and then I'm going to write in the to herbarium.
Okay. That sounds good. We'll head to the herbarium.
Very good, very good. And you, let's see. Miss Blue and Mr. Yellow, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, there's also a rec center and a gymnasium on the northmost side of the mansion. Perhaps you would be good enough to check and see what kind of mischief our spirits have been getting up to there.
Both of us?
It would make sense to work in pairs, don't you think? 2 eyes are better than 1.
4 eyes. 4 eyes.
4 eyes are better than 1. No, both of you are wearing eye patches right now. It is head canon. Head canon.
If that's the doorman, doesn't he only have 1 eye?
Yeah, we could say
The doorman actually does have an eye patch on. So 3. Oh no, but no. If I sent the doorman with you guys, then I could have said 3 eyes are better than 1. Oh well, or whatever.
5 eyes.
Anyways, 3 eyes are better than 1 or 2. But
Alright, I link up arms with Vince and we skip off into the sunset.
ooh,
Absolutely.
ooh. So how do you guys
So you
respond
were
to that?
hitting the whiskey then. Okay.
Well, I am drinking whiskey, but
See.
I'm trying to get into character.
Do you still have a glass in hand? You may, if you want on.
I give a side glance over to Sitnos's character, Miss Blue.
Frigidarium.
Kind of in response to the question that, well, more the statement that she gave, I guess, our guy over there. And Miss Yellow kind of just gives her a shrug, and he gives her, and he starts walking.
Very
Whether she
good.
chooses to follow or not, it's her
And he
prerogative.
waddles away. Waddle, waddle.
Waddle, waddle, waddle. To the
So-
very next day.
You leave behind the doorman Frank and Mr. Montgomery in the lounge. And let's. Okay. Who should we start with? Let us start with. Let's start with the rec center. So, you follow along a set of corridors to a large gymnasium. Think of like a middle school gymnasium, but super fancy. There's like a rack with a whole bunch of basketballs. There's a full basketball court. There's like a tennis court, a squash court, like everything in like one large building. There's like a rock wall, and then there's some locker rooms. And actually, I don't want to do more drawing, so let's just use our imagination, so we don't have to have me draw for another 5 minutes. The problems you're seeing, though, are that a lot of the sports equipment is just sort of scattered around. This place seems to be in a bit of disrepair. Let's see. The place is in a bit of disrepair, and there's like a cafe, cafeteria type place along one of the walls, and then on either side of the cafe is a women's locker room and a men's locker room. So you guys enter into this gymnasium, and there's sort of stuff strewn about. And actually, before we proceed on with the scene and I give it to you guys, I want to say that if there's ever a problem and you try to brute force the solution instead of coming up with something creative, I'm going to make the rolls harder for you. If you come up with like logic and reasoning for, okay, I'm going to do this to accomplish this, and I think it's creative and cool and fun, I'm going to give you a much easier roll. So just heads up on that. And I think Sitnos is the only person who's encountered this, because she tried to break into a place, but she tried to brute force it, and things did not go well.
That's why I needed to know what kind of door it was.
Yep.
Because if worse comes to worse, kick it down.
Oh, you probably could. All these doors are the double glass doors.
Then I definitely could.
You could, but that would make Mr. Montgomery angry.
He asked me to open the door. He didn't give me instructions.
Hey, we could blame it on the ghost.
Blame it on the ghost. This is spooky ghosts. Sorry.
Spoopy.
South Park and all that. Oops, at my table. All right. So with that in mind, go ahead and take it away. So I guess proceed through how you investigate this place, and I'll sort of give you feedback based on how you interact with the environment.
Uzi.
Not everyone at once.
I thought it was just the two of them.
It was. It's Vincent
Okay.
Sitnos's scene.
Okay, so are there any other kickballs or basketballs on the floor?
Yeah, there's like half the basketballs are sort of just have rolled out onto various points of the basketball court. There's like a rack of squash gear that is just like the whole rack has been tipped over in the squash court, is strewn around there. That's pretty much like this entire scene is just like everything that should be on a shelf neatly is on the floor in some state or another.
I will
Okay.
walk up to the nearest basketball and kick it as hard as I can.
Motherfucker, you stole it from me!
No, you should both do it at the exact same
So
time.
good.
And we both do it at the exact same time.
Okay. You each kick a basketball. One ricochets off of the backboard of one of the hoops. The other one bounces off one of the the sign over the cafe.
Roll for critical fail.
Roll for no. Oh man, I should have done a roll for that. Oh well, we've moved on. So that's what happens. You guys kick.
I look at Vince and I just smirk like, I've just discovered my best friend.
I gotta throw my hands up. I'm like, can you believe this shit? Fucking Ghost? Really?
So you guys hear like the clunks of the basketball, and then all of a sudden you hear like a rattle of a metal table somewhere in the back. You can't tell exactly where it is, but it's coming from like roughly the cafe area, but it could be anywhere in the other side, the far side of the room. The cafe and the locker rooms are on the far side of the room, away from the door you just entered.
I guess the responsible response would be, hello? Is anyone back there?
Silence greets you.
You there, baby?
I kind of look over at
What up?
Sitnos like, should we check it out? Or are
Silence
you like
is the name of the
just into it?
ghost. Roll for initiative. No, just kidding. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, had to make a bad joke.
Dude, I said Sitnos.
No, what?
I looked over at your character and I'm like, should we check it out, or you're just not into it?
I nod.
The sound is vague enough where you can't tell if it was caused by the basketballs you just kicked.
Well, I don't think I have super high intelligence, so I'm gonna go check it out anyways.
You have whatever intelligence you think your character should have. That's how loose we're playing this.
Oh, in that case, I'm a genius. And I already know what happened.
Genius.
I'm gonna follow and kick every single basketball along the way.
Cool.
So you
Make
make as
3
much
rolls.
noise as possible.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys continue to kick sports balls of various shapes, colors, and sizes along as you proceed towards the other side of the room. As you walk up to the other, you sort of arrive at like the front of the cafe, like the side of the basketball court, and like adjoins with this cafe pretty much. There's like a 5-foot gap in between the court and the cafe. You look back in there, and the same thing, like half of the kitchen utensils and pots are stacked neatly where they were ideally or probably left, and then the other half are just sort of strewn about the bottom of the floor. Aside from the sound of the balls you've kicked, there's no noise inside the rec center at this moment. And the occasional blast of thunder, of course.
Of course. My character, Mr. Yellow, gives a shrug. He's really not interested in anything. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Kind of he turns around to Mrs. Blue. Kind of shrug like,
I'm just trying to stay really quiet in case there is more noises.
Do you want to say that as Mrs. Blue to Mr. Yellow?
Nope.
I just shut him like.
Okay. So, you guys hold a silence for, like... You manage to hold a silence without snickering for, like, about a full minute before you hear another large, this time you're closer to it, so you hear, like a metal table, like, clank really loud. And it's coming from one of the locker rooms. Because there's like a lot of echoing happening in here, you can't really tell which locker room it's coming from, though. You just know it's coming from like this side of the hall, the rec center.
I guess we should start looking for metal stuff that can be moved.
That's up to you to do. Tell me how you proceed.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. That's what she's saying to me, Czar. God.
Oh, okay. Sorry. God, I didn't realize you were in character. Sorry. I thought you were voicing, or you were talking out loud. Thinking out loud.
Yeah, I suppose so. Mr. Gidley kind of just goes with Sitnos, her words. Sitnos, lead the way.
I was just gonna stand there awkwardly until you did something.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and get closer to where I heard the sound from then.
So there's two options: the women's or the men's locker room. You can't really tell.
Women's, hello.
All right.
Oh.
So you walk along the basketball court and the cafe, and you arrive at the door of the women's locker room.
Is it unlocked? I try and pull on the handle.
It's like jammed a bit. Like you can't tell whether it's locked or not, but like a quick turn of the handle doesn't do anything.
I knock like a.
You hear nothing.
I kind of turn around towards Sitnos, like. On that note, I turn around and go towards the men's locker room instead.
Okay.
Lame.
So
No, I'm just gonna follow.
You follow? Okay. So you arrive at the men's locker room. Same thing. You try to turn the handle, but it feels like it's jammed almost. Like it might be locked, but so on closer inspection, like the metal of the door handle is like dented and like battered a bit. So it looks like the door has been slamming a lot.
Kick it down.
If it's metal, it's probably I probably can't kick it down if it's metal.
It is a metal door. Yeah.
Kick it anyways.
Show out those muscles.
Kick the door.
I turn
I
back
break
towards
through the-
Mrs. Oh no, go. What are you gonna do? You
No,
gonna
I was
be like
gonna
a
say
Kool-Aid
something
man?
stupid. Yeah, it's gonna break through the wall and go, "Oh yeah!"
You're greeted by 5 lesser goblins. Go, roll for initiative. No.
Oh man. I turn back towards Mrs. Blue and I tell her we should probably head back towards the kitchen and find something to prop these doors open with. They're not opening.
Why did you say it like that? They're not opening.
They're not fulfilling their function of opening and closing.
Do you so all you've tried to do right now is do a quick turn of the handle. You can try to do other things if you like.
Wait, hold on
Take
one
it
thing.
down.
Is there a sign that says push door open or pull door open?
No, it's clearly
Okay.
you've been trying to activate the door the right way. You have not been trying to push open a pull door.
Just making sure, man.
The door handle's
making
just busted.
sure.
I'm not that much of a dick. But you didn't pull open the door. God, no. No. That ain't me. No, the door or like the door handle and the locking mechanism just seems to be a bit jammed right now. So, solve that however you'd like.
Kick it.
So I'm able to tell that it's jammed. Does the door come open at least a little bit? It's just not fully coming out. Like, can I
The
tell
doors-
if?
Other than like that slight wiggle that all doors have on the lock and hinges, so you can like if you like try to force the handle, you'll hear that like the clicky like it hitting the lock in the locking mechanism. So you can tell that the door still moves a bit. It's just that there's something wrong with the lock mechanism right now. Either it is locked or there is something wrong with the handle.
Pull out the
While you guys
shotgun,
are
breach the
futzing,
door.
while you guys are futzing with the lock, another loud clink happens. This time you can tell that it's happening inside the men's locker room.
Just kick it already.
Okay, did your character say that? Please say yes.
Yes.
Fine, I'll kick the fucking door! I kick it open with my Gucci shoes.
Try. Okay, so you get to roll a 5.
Definitely.
So do you remember how to do those rolls?
I don't remember.
Okay.
How many dice does he get?
He gets however many dice he has skill points, which is 5.
Oh, okay.
And I tell him whether or not he succeeds based on the strength of the door, which I've already
So you
decided
roll
in my head.
5d6 plus
Again,
0.
the least creative solutions have the most difficult rolls, and kicking it open is what?
You can do
Alright,
compounded
while
or
he's
not. It really
preparing-
shouldn't matter.
All right, so
While he's preparing to kick down the door, I'm definitely gonna take like 2 steps back.
you don't want to help him kick it down?
No?
Okay.
Ghosts!
Spoopy,
Keep the
man.
door.
All right, so you're gonna select roll 5. So advanced roll 5d6 plus 0, and you're gonna be doing exploding none. You have to change the target number from less than to greater than, and it's always going to be 5.
Okay, so let me do it and see if I did it right.
Let me do it.
That's
wow.
less than, not greater than.
No, that's right. Wait, no. Shh. No, it has. We had to change it from greater than to less than. Sorry.
So you have 1 success, not...
See, I had it right the first way, and then you said change it to greater
Oh,
than.
Yeah.
sorry. My bad.
No, you have 1 success.
So we'll just do it manually. So you only had 1 success.
Okay.
You hear a pop in your knee. The door rattles on its hinges quite a bit. Like the hinges like give a nice little creak, and like some dust falls off the door. But your knee gives a nice little pop, and then you fall backwards onto your ass.
Would I hear all this from the place that I'm at? Like, the kicking of the door?
You hear a metal, like a loud, sharp metal clank coming from the rec center, yeah. But it's down like 2 corridors, so you can
Oh, okay,
barely
I
make
can't
it out.
see it.
It was incredibly loud for Vince and Sitnas. It was not very loud for you. It was just like a distant clank. You have not been hearing anything else from the rec center.
Alright, I'm gonna ask Vince if he's okay.
Do it.
My character, he doesn't immediately respond to Mrs. Blue, but he kind of like brushes off his shoes because it's noticeably scuffed now. Thank you. Just ruined like a pair of $1,000 shoes. Just kidding. I can't afford that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're a nice pair of Nikes.
There is a large scuff mark right on the top front of your shoe now.
Ruined. Thank you.
Like, not even like scuff mark, like part of the like rubber material is like completely shaved off. From your, it wasn't from the kick, it was from the fall afterwards.
Is it wearable?
It's still wearable, yeah. It
Okay.
just looks ugly.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna...
There's also an accumulation of dust all over your suit now.
Nice. Thanks.
Yep.
Um,
And maybe a few... No leaves. The windows are still intact. Okay.
Okay.
Just dust.
so I'm gonna hobble back up onto my feet, give my knee a rub, because now it hurts like hell. I'm gonna look over to Mrs. Blue. I'm gonna be like, "The door's pretty solid. Maybe we should try and look around for something to prop it open with. Use something with leverage."
I'm gonna go look for a spoon in the kitchen. Or a knife,
Alright.
who knows?
Because
So-
neither of us have a key.
Okay. So... Let's see. You enter the kitchen, and again, every now and again, like every 2 minutes or so, you hear the loud metal whack coming from the men's locker room. And now that you're like inside the kitchen, you can tell, yes, it's coming from like that wall that is connected to the men's locker room. And there's like a back door in the kitchen too, but you don't know where it leads. You didn't notice it until you actually entered it. But it leads, it exits out the far wall, not the wall adjoining the men's locker room.
Kick that door down too.
You haven't tried to open it yet.
I'm gonna try and open it.
Kick it down!
Wow, Sinesh just wants to kick out all the doors down. She wants
She wants
to
me to
have
blow out
vents
my
to it.
knee.
No,
Yeah.
okay, no, Sitnas, you tried to kick down the door. Roll that.
Not in these shoes, baby.
Oh, you're
I'm
wearing
wearing heels.
pumps.
Not happening.
Okay. So, I guess go ahead with that scene. You guys find the door in the back of the kitchen. It was sort of hidden behind, there was like one of the shelves that had a whole bunch of like pots and pans had sort of been tipped over on its side and was blocking the door from vision until you actually went in there and looked, because it's all pretty dim in there. There's no lights on right now. Like the main light that you're getting, I guess, what personal light sources would you guys have as in character?
Cellular device?
What?
Like a cellular device if we had one?
device.
Cellular device. Okay, so you're like using your cell phone to light your path?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sitnas?
I have a lighter.
You have a lighter? Ooh, nice. So yeah, when you enter the kitchen sort of holding your lighter light aloft, you
The broken
notice
gas line ignites and blows everything up.
We're dead.
Reroll characters? Okay, so moving on. No, so yeah, the flicker of the lighter light, or the flicker of the fire catches the metal of a door handle behind one of those racks, and you sort of notice it back there. So proceed on with that scene.
I guess I'm just gonna look around. I don't want to go near the door. It's creepy.
Well, I'm gonna go near the door, and I'm gonna try and open it.
Alright, you have to move the large shelf if you want to.
I move it, and I
Okay.
carelessly move it without worrying about anything falling off of it.
You, okay, so you, the moment you, try to pull the shelf down, the weight of it, crashes onto the ground, and there's just, a loud series of, metal pans just smash, smash, smash.
I definitely have
roll,
my
wobble,
ears
wobble,
covered
wobble,
by
stop.
this point.
What?
I definitely have my ears covered by this point.
Okay. And this happened behind you, Sitnas? So you don't even know quite what he was doing, he just, all of a sudden there's a loud smash behind you.
Did I hear that?
Yes, you definitely heard that.
I'm gonna give him
It
a
was a series of
step,
planks.
I would turn to, what's her name? What's the maid's name?
The maid's name is Yvette.
Vet.
Frank.
Okay. Frank. I turned to Frank. No, I turned to Yvette and asked her, what the hell was that?
Oh god, fuck, now I have to
Different
voice
voice.
Yvette again? No!
Come on, Zach. Come
No,
on.
why would you
You
do
can
that
do
to me,
it.
Matt?
Yeah!
I've been looking
Nice
for
one,
an
Matt.
excuse since you've
Nice
been
one.
with her.
Oh, damn it. I should have had Frank the doorman with you. Oh, that was probably nothing. Just the other specialists off doing their own investigations.
Do you think we should check on him? That was pretty loud.
No, I'm sure they're fine. They'll come back if there's any trouble.
Not if they got crushed.
Well, if you insist, but Mr. Montgomery will be very upset if we don't make progress on this door. Vaguely European success? Vaguely. Alright,
Sorry.
how do you respond to
Well,
that? If you want...
all right, but if I,
If you want to stay here, let's see. I guess I can go and see if they need help. But you really must help us get
Sure,
these
that's-
doors operational again.
that's fine. If you want to go check on them, I'll continue working on the door.
So I guess going back into that scene a bit, you were messing around with some of the like the panels that connect to electronics, and she was clicky clacking away at one of the. So you had like a wall panel torn out, and you were like looking at the electronics to make sure all the wires were still connected, and then she was like clicky clacking on like a keyboard connected to a computer screen. That was like attached to that door. So let's go back to roll 20. Where are you, roll 20? No, I didn't want to start up BattleNet. God damn it.
How did
Fine.
you accidentally start up BattleNet?
Because it's right next to.
I opened League
Chrome.
earlier.
It's right next to Chrome on my taskbar. So like you were down in. I don't want to add a text box either. So you were down in this corner, staring at a whole bunch of wires coming out of the wall. She was over at this side of the door. There was like a terminal attached to the door. And she was trying to
Okay.
troubleshoot it.
The Fallout style terminal with the CRT monitor?
No. This is fancy, like semi-touch screen interface. This is future mansion, man.
With the fold out keyboard that it's like closed and you push it and it just goes.
Yeah, normally it's just a touch panel, but because she's like in troubleshooting mode, there's like a keyboard that like you can pull out of the wall, and so she was messing around on that.
All right, and she's gonna go check on them now,
But no,
correct?
she asked if she's like, are you sure you will be able to make progress without me?
I take out. There's a cord attached to my I guess it's not really my neck. It's closer to the shoulder, since the control deck is in my head. And I just plug it in over where I'm at, and continue typing and going along. Just kind of wave her off, like I got this.
Okay. Very, very well, sir. And she
Mr. Bobo goes over to the keyboard.
she notices for sure. She gives like a sideways, glary glance, but she just walks on down the hallway. Is that Yvette's token?
Yes, apparently.
Yep.
Apparently. Okay. So now that we're back in, let's move back into Sitnas and Vince's scene. So the loud smash has just happened. Sitnas gave Vince a death stare. Now what happens?
I point to
Still
her and
giving
I
him a
say,
death stare.
if anyone asks, it was the ghost. And now I go back and try and get to that door.
Okay. So you need to like pull that cabinet has fallen to the ground and immediately in front of the door. So you need to like pull it back and get rid of it to get it out of the way of the door, because the door opens inwards.
Okay. I would like to do that, then.
Okay.
Please.
You pull that door and there's like a loud metal screech, more rattling, and then like another pot falls off and does another wobble till it's steady. And then as soon as all the pots have settled, you hear another clank, and then like the metal slam coming from the locker room.
Okay.
You try to operate the door handle, and unlike the two locker doors, it opens with ease now that that giant cabinet or shelf is out of the way. It opens, so it opens inwards towards you, and you can see, like, directly in front of you, there's some cement bricks, or like concrete bricks or whatever it is. And then there's hallways that veer to the left and right. And again, there's no light in here. And except there's even less light because inside the rec, like the main gymnasium of the rec center, you guys had like the occasional flash of lightning and also a good amount of moonlight coming in from the cloudless part of the sky. But now there's just nothing. Like inside that hallway, there's no light except the light that's coming from your cell phone and or lighter.
At this point, are we greeted by? The French maid?
No, she's still wandering down the hallway.
Okay.
She's been hearing a lot of noise as she's walking. She still has quite a ways to go. Unless you unknowingly wait for her.
No, we wouldn't do that, 'cause we don't metagame here, bro.
No metagaming. Yep. She's still on her way.
Except I don't want to go through that door.
Okay. How does your character react like to that?
I'm gonna say, I'm not going in no spooky dark doors. I'm gonna look for a knife to pry open the other door. Call out if some shit happens, because I won't come.
Alright, cool. Alright, find a knife, pry open the door. If anyone comes, ask them if they have a key. I can go check this out.
Alright. So, do you proceed so you can turn right down that hallway? So if you turn right out of the kitchen and go down that hallway, you will be heading towards the men's locker room.
Alright, I'm gonna do that, and since it's only me in the hallway, I'm going to hold out my phone with one hand, and I'm going to reach and pull out my concealed firearm with the other.
Okay. So you're sort of doing like the dual wield like cop thing, where you have like your light shining forward and your arm braced on that.
It's more like one is out like this, and the other one is like.
Okay. Okay.
Oop! Shot yourself in the hand.
Yep.
So, proceeding down this hallway, there is you find a door to your right as you go down that hallway, and that is in the direction of the men's locker room, and then the hallway continues onwards, though. I should be drawing this while I'm talking, because...
Yes.
Okay, let's do that, and I'm gonna change scene to do this. Create page, rec center.
While you're doing that, I'm opening every single drawer in the entire kitchen.
You find a good-sized butcher knife. Rather quickly. I mean,
Is it very
there's stuff.
strong?
Don't cut
Yeah,
yourself.
it's like the thickest butcher. You find the thickest butcher knife in this place, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It's like an axe.
Practically an axe. Like, there's no reason for a cafe to have this kind of gear, but they have it because Blackhorn
Because
was like
rich.
Cafes have
Yeah.
those. They do, trust
Like
me.
the giant thick cleavers. For what?
Mm-hmm. We use them for a lot of things because
Like
we
coconuts?
slice our own meat.
Okay.
Like
That too, actually.
kangaroos.
That's possible.
All right.
As someone who's worked in a cafe.
The headcanon for me is that they needed it specifically to cut large coconuts for exotic tropical drinks.
For eccentric tropical drinks.
But yeah.
We also use them for frozen stuff.
Gotcha. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, let's do black. That. What are you doing? Oh, I was trying to do polygon. Dang it. For shape. It's defaulting to pink. Why? I also need to make this page bigger. So give me just another sec. 40.
While you're drawing this, can I go get a drink?
You may. In fact, if you guys want to take a quick bathroom break for like
Yep.
5 minutes, go ahead and do that. I'm going to be drawing.
Drawing. Alright, turn on some music. Nice.
Scale that. There we go. Oh my god, I can see. Connect with player token. Or, players. Select Adrian. getting better at this whole drawing thing.
So what do you guys think? I'm going for the worst trained and worst off cop as possible. How am I doing?
So far, so good.
So I don't imagine... Sorry, help me with this. So are police officers in this dystopian future all trained the same way, or do
Yeah.
police officers
Exactly
that
the
have
same
certain contracts, or do they get more specialized training?
The bulk of the force is gonna be, they'll go through like this corporate mandated training where like, okay, I'm Seminar 2, welcome to Seminar 2, today we'll be talking about situations in which you discharge your firearm, like it's like super boring. Seminar training kind of thing.
Are we talking about Vince's training?
Yep.
Hey, if my character dies, can I reroll one and call him Mr. Red and just play it as Kung Fury?
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Oh my god.
You should.
Actually, I'm gonna put those in. Drawer shape.
Oh, thanks for the host, Glenn. Thank you very much.
Okay. I should start labeling. So,
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry, I'll have more of this stuff thought out and mapped out for next, because this is actually to the point where it's embarrassing. So, I don't want that. That's also just messes with flow. Wash chords. And this. Chords. Bass. Ball. Chords. Cafe. Men's locker. Women's.
Are these pre-written out, or are you making these up as you go?
I'm making these up as I go.
What?
What did I
I'm
miss?
not that prepared. You missed everything. Your character died.
Ooh, yep.
We made a roll
Yep.
without you, and it was a physical. It was actually a balance check, and you failed it, and you fell on top of the knife.
Ooh, yep.
At least I have tuna.
The ghost took over the knife. No, just kidding. I'm surprised you chose to separate this early, but say la vie.
You know what I have to say to that?
Typical movie cop. Fair enough. All right. So, let's see. So, move this down.
Hey! Hey, what's up, Chest
Why can't
Chest
I move
Diver?
you? No. Not what I wanted to do. Okay, actually that works. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck it. Good enough. So yeah, you find the door right here. Aha. So you pretty much just like are in the corner, and the door is visible to your right. So you know that also attaches to the men's locker room.
Wasn't there a way in Roll20 to make the little icon things go away and just have the names at the bottom?
Yeah, there is.
Can we change our colors to what we
Yeah, you
actually
can.
are?
Yeah.
It's in
No,
the
I mean, like,
settings
can we
on
please
the
do
right.
that?
Already did it.
Okay.
Yeah, token bar colors, right? Under the cogwheel on the right side.
I just clicked on the color.
Oh. or
Yeah,
not.
you can just click the color at the bottom.
That's also the default color for my drawing, so I'm gonna be black. There we go. So Vince would be yellow and Dance would be green. Okay. So Vince, can you change the color next to your portrait in Roll20 to yellow? Cool. Awesome. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, chess.
But yeah, so what do you do?
Sure is.
Actually, before, no, you have time to do this before Sitnas tries any shenanigans with her door, prying. So you approach the door.
Oh yeah, okay, so I'm in the back hallway. Yeah, I approach the door, and as I get to the door, I'm going to holster my sidearm, and I'm going to try and open the door.
There is this, there's another steel door, but based on the position of the deadbolt, you can tell that it is, like, or so you, like, shine your light into, like, the opening between the frame and the door, and you can see that the deadbolt is unlocked, but this door handle is, like, it's not budging, so it's like, you, like, twist it and, like, clicks, click, 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 click. You can't actually turn the
Kick
door.
the door down!
No, we're not doing a door kick.
But it is very...
Stop the other shoe!
It's like one of those door handles that has, like, the little lock, like, on the knob itself. It's one of those really flimsy door handle locks that any 12-year-old with a nail file and a screwdriver could pick, whatever.
Credit cards usually do it.
Okay,
Credit card.
so... Would you say credit cards can usually do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I would imagine I would have one of those.
Yeah, you have, so you have a SIN card, which is, sort of like your main ID card, and also is the way that people store money in this universe. So you have, like, it's like your passport, your driver's license, your personal ID, and your credit card all in one place, or your debit card all in one place.
Maybe a less important card, like a haircuttery card? Because that's not something you want to bend, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yeah, you also have, you have a discount, you received, like, a brochure in the mail with, like, one of those, fakey plastic embossed cards.
Okay.
It's also a coupon. And it's, for, Ralph's Big Ass Haircuts and More. 20% off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use Ralph's card.
Okay. So you, like, let's have you roll for this.
Okay.
I remembered this time. So go ahead and roll your espionage, which is 6.
Did you actually make us character sheets?
I have, like, stats for particular things that I'm keeping track of.
Okay, what am I rolling? Is it a
Roll
5?
6.
5?
You're rolling 6 dice. It's the same roll as before.
Yeah.
It's 6 dice instead.
Yep. You're always rolling against 5. Then 1 second. My ears with me.
Get better headphones. I've literally had these on all day long and haven't had to take them off.
Same.
Alright. Yeah, so you, like, take your palm and, like, try to, like, jam the credit card into the wow, not the lock.
Lock the...
Whatever, the little nubby thing that comes out the door handle. That actually keeps the door closed. The nubby thing. Technical term. So as you slam it with your palm, your hand, like, it digs into your hand really bad, and it like, leaves a really, like, nasty mark, but, the card shatters, but it, like, clicks, like, it shatters against your hand, and you get like a nice little gouge, like there's like one little like puncture wound in your hand. But the door or the card does completely enter the lock, and then it clicks open, and the door can now open freely.
Cool.
But you now have like a pretty nasty cut. It's like nothing that's going to impede you, but you're leaking.
It's
You're
fine,
leaking
man.
Kool-Aid.
Chicks take scars, so...
Okay, there we go. You're leaking some of that cherry Kool-Aid. Keeps you alive. But yeah.
Okay, I guess, Oh, what happened? Matt just died.
Oop, he said his internet goes out every now and again, and he should be back in about a minute.
Okay,
I'm
He
already
gave me
back.
that forewarning. Oh, you're already back? Ha! Well done. So yeah.
I want to go in the door.
You go into the door. Okay, so you open the door. The door
Kick
opens.
the door.
Kick the door. The door opens in like inwards towards you. And as you peer in, it seems like an ordinary locker room at a glance through a dim cell phone light. Like as you're sort of scanning around, you notice like same thing you've been seeing, like a towel rack knocked over. There's like clean, like what once was freshly laundered towels sort of scattered about that area. And as you open the door also, so you're scanning around for like 5 to 7 seconds, you hear that loud metal clank again coming from the distant corner of the locker room, but it is a lot louder now that you have access to it. You can hear like a... I wish I had something large and metal to like clank together right now, but I'm not willing to put that kind of effort in. But anyways, you hear that loud clank. There we go. That's the sound.
You're welcome.
GG.
That was the sound of a butterfly knife hitting metal.
Nice. High quality SFX via Vince. Thank you, Vince. So yeah, that happens. And while you've been working with your card, Sitnos has also been working with her butcher's knife. So you grabbed your butcher's knife and you walked over to that door, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you did sort of the same thing as him, except you're trying to pry it. And I want you to roll 6 dice the way he rolled. So go in advanced roll 6 d6 plus 0, exploding none, and then it's greater than 5. And hit that roll button.
I wasn't even in there today.
So as you so you have the knife sort of wedged in there, and you slam on the back of it to try to pry the door open, and the knife snaps in half.
Knew it.
And when this happens, Vince, you hear that loud. You hear the door. So you're actually in front of you is the door that it connects to that main rec center, and you can see sort of a vague flicker of light coming from beneath the door.
I'm just gonna make one noise.
You hear that?
Gah.
Okay. You hear the snap of that knife, the shutter of the door, and then gah.
Gah.
Good. Okay, so while all that happens scares the bejesus out of Mr. Yellow.
Okay.
He kind of jumps. Light
you
flashing
just
at the
heard
same time.
You heard the metal rattle to your left, inside that room, and then right in front of you, that door made that noise.
Okay, so from my light, how much can I see?
So I'd say you can probably make out about up to there. So a third of the way in. There is a set of walls that comes in. I can draw this out. I can draw. Okay. There's a set of walls that come in like this. This is the entryway area, and there's towels over here. I don't want to draw. Let's just do that. Okay. random squares. That's
Here,
numbers.
a modern-day Picasso.
Yes. My artistic representation. So there's a whole bunch of towels scattered around to your right, and then directly in front of you is the door, and then there's these two sort of concrete walls that come in towards the center, and you can make out that there's more room beyond, obviously. But,
You said the
it's-
sound is coming from back here?
The sound is coming from, somewhere back in this area. You can't tell where.
Okay.
Only that it's not in your immediate area.
I want to sprint across and try and open the door for Sitnos.
Okay. You sprint across, and you sort of hear the sound of rushing air as you move across. So even though you're moving quickly, you sort of you feel like the air sort of shifting in the room. But you make it across, and there's deadbolt down. So you click it open, and then you open the door. What is it? Yeah, you open the door inwards. So go ahead and proceed with that. Or you can open the door inwards.
That's what I do.
Okay. You have a
And
little
it
bit of
definitely
trouble.
scares the shit out of me.
Hey, that's a bit of the knife that got stuck in the door fall on the ground too for
Yes.
extra sound?
Yes, it does. I was gonna say, it's a little harder to open it. You have to move it until the knife judders free and then clinks to the ground. So go ahead and play out that scene in character, guys. I want to see that. Hey, if I have to do bad voices, you have to at least do lines in character like that. It's
Is
beautiful.
Sitnos right here? On the other side of
Huh?
this door?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was,
Sitnos is in the basketball
She had
court?
just finished trying to pry open the door with a butcher knife.
Okay.
I want to hear a scream. Come on, Sitnos.
Oh, you at least gotta act out the door. Come on.
Okay. So let's start with the door open. So how do you...
Here's the door.
The door opens wide. Okay.
Happy, go.
Oh, fuck!
So as the door, you hear the loud metal clank hit the ground from the butcher's knife. And as that's settling down, you hear, both of you hear behind Vince, the large metal thwack.
Wait, it's behind me? Immediately behind me, or still
No, not
where it was?
immediately behind you. It's just coming
Okay.
from that room. Same place.
Pyramid Head.
It's been very consistent noise. It hasn't been moving around. It hasn't been changing. Just you hear a loud thwack.
I don't think I even want to go in there now that I have the door open.
Those kitties.
Okay, so, So I was reading the comments.
Am I eating my mic?
Oh god. Oh god.
Alright,
So
so-
actually, at this point, wait, I just figured something out. At this point, Yvette the maid enters the rec center. She hears Sitnasa scream, and rushes over because she's actually been alerted at this point. She's like, she hadn't been thinking that anything was actually going wrong until she heard the screams.
And now this is going to scare both me and Sitnos' character, because she's going to run over
Yeah,
me when I
but-
expect
Yeah.
her.
You hear the doors of the
Immediately
gymnasium.
after.
Yeah, you hear. Okay, so yeah, you hear the doors to the main gymnasium and the basketball courts fling open, thwack, way behind you. So on the other side of Sitnos, behind Sitnos, there's a loud thwack of a door opening.
That lady is so lucky, because if she popped up on Sitnos, I could just imagine Sitnos going
And you hear footsteps rushing across the gymnasium. It's hard to make out who it is. You can only see a shadow, the shadow of a
Yeah, I'm
outline of a
definitely
person.
running into the room.
You run into the locker room.
Go!
Does she bump into me?
So
Definitely pushing you aside.
okay, so Sitnos pushes. Where do you go? So you can move towards the back hallway. There's an open door there, or into the locker room,
Just past Vince.
just past Vince. So okay,
Yeah.
so you're sort of
Human
huddled
shield.
up, like there. So Vince, are you trying to shine your light out and see who or what is coming?
I guess the key word here is try, because I just got shoved into the wall.
Okay.
Kick the door!
You sort of recover, and you hear the footsteps getting a little bit closer. You gain your balance in time to like hold up your flashlight or your cell phone light, and you catch a glimpse of the maid uniform. And she's like, "Hello, are you okay?" Wow, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
I guess it's like, fuck, lady, I almost killed you!
Are you okay?
Is it on that note where, like, we hear in the background again?
Yes.
I run back out the door.
What was that?
I kind of give
Can't decide where is safe.
I kind of give like a hand gesture. I go, just wait out here, and I turn back with the phone, and I go to investigate by myself.
Okay. So Sitnas, you don't follow?
No, I'm gonna hide in the door frame.
Okay. So like in the door frame? So like right in the center?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brace for impact.
So Yvette's like, are you sure you are injured?
No, I'm good.
I don't reply, but there's
What
probably
are you-
blood on the floor from my hand.
She can't really see. What she has is you like after a while, so she was like rushing forward. You couldn't really see it, but she has like a little clip-on light, and she has some like thick-rimmed eyeglasses on. She has a little clip-on light on the side of her.
Send her in first.
Shh. We don't care about her. She's just a maid.
That's why we should. Disposable.
She's recording all this. It's a poltergeist video.
If you don't need my assistance, I really would like to be going. She's been startled by the random loud noises.
I think at this point
I'm gonna try to convince her.
Okay, try. Speak.
Convince her to stay.
Use your speaking words. She's getting
Come
ready to
on,
go.
it's
She's like
fun.
halfway turned. She's halfway turned around, like trying to like edge her way back towards the exit to the rec center.
And you want to see what this cool thing is in here? Come on.
I think you haven't
Oh, come
handled.
on. Do it.
No, I really should be returning back to the door.
We might need a hand. Come on.
You really think you need my help?
Yes, definitely.
Well, what have you found so far?
What have we found so far, Mr. Yellow? So,
I don't even go here. No, I'm like proceeding like tactically into the room at this point.
Like, so as Mr. Yellow's leaving, she's like, he seems to have things handled. See you later. And then
help me out here. Come on.
Sit down, grab that bitch's glasses. Come on.
Grab her glasses.
Yeah, okay. Did you actually tell me that? Cause
So she's still like, she's still like over here in the basketball court. She's got like a good 20 feet of distance between you guys.
can we at least have your glasses?
She's like, I need these to see.
You have eyes.
So do I.
They're glasses, friend. No, I'm sorry. You cannot have my glasses. I was thinking of
Trade her. Sit down, trade her for the lighter.
Oh, come on. She needs glasses, not fire.
Yeah. Prescription eye lenses clearly replaceable by the simple fire.
By a lighter.
Clearly, this is an option.
Well, let's be real here. Is it like a big lighter, the little cheap disposable ones, or is it like a really nice lighter? Because that matters.
So, actually, Dance has sort of been sitting idle for a long time here. And so has Matt.
Dance isn't even there anymore.
Yeah, let's give them some love.
Yeah, let's pause the scene here for a moment and shift worlds over to the herbarium. So you guys proceeded down. Now that I have this beautiful map of the gymnasium, let's
Did you
proceed
make
over
the
to
map?
the herbarium, where I don't have another herbarium. Which will be. This is going to be really simple to draw, though. It's a pretty small room. So we proceed onwards to the herbarium,
A barium.
and oh my god, so nice having my default color being black instead of.
The frigidarium. Yes.
And then the freehand draw.
For some reason, I thought the herbarium should be a circle building. Or a circle room.
Did you mute your Skype mic,
Okay.
Matt?
Did I mute my... I did, but it came back on whenever I reconnected.
I just have
And
Scott muted
you're going super
altogether.
robot mode.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's good. So we have like last case.
Is that better?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the herbarium. So, Miss Violet and Miss Green arrive at the door to the herbarium. The glass doors sort of part at the middle and open up. And it's the same place where you were a year ago. It looks more or less untouched. Let's see.
Wait, where are they?
They've
In the
moved to the
herbarium.
herbarium.
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah, you do.
So if you notice this corner back here, that would be a very familiar place to Vince.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways.
The bone zone.
Wow, I just, like, water almost came out of my nose. Thanks, Sitness.
And here's like the glass case with the fancy orchids in it. But there's like tropical plants sort of scattered along the path. And there's trees and lots of brushes. So you can't actually, like, if you're standing right here at the entrance, you can't see the back.
Okay.
So like there's so many plants in here that it actually looks like a jungle path almost. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just Vince.
Okay.
James' chat is off.
Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, so the doors swing open. What do you do, Miss Green?
The door so when we walk up, it
there's
opens automatically?
When you walk up, like a motion detector lights up green, and then the doors open for you. They like part in the center.
Okay, so I would walk in and make sure Emil's following me.
Yep. She's following close behind you. Again, there's very little light in here. Like the greenhouse lights are all off because it's the middle of the night. And you don't want to give your plants 24 hours of sunlight. There is, like, along the walkway, there's like little LED strips that give like a faint glow, so you can make out like the leaves near them. But other than that, it's just like the jungle is just shadows behind you, or behind it. You notice a faint light at the edge of the path that's shining from what you remember to be the area where the glass case was from. And because this is a greenhouse, the walls are all made of glass, so every time the thunder cracks, the entire room is completely lit for that brief fraction of a second. So you can make out the fact that all the trees look more or less the same as the last time you were here.
Okay, so I guess we should begin walking down the path.
as you walk down the path, there's not much sound other than the howling of the growing howling of the wind. There's a few flecks of rain against the large glass panes, but it hasn't started raining yet. It's sort of like that pre-rain gusts, though. You get the huge gusts of wind that are causing some of the glass to sort of rustle a bit, but everything seems stable.
Okay. Emil, do you feel anything? Do you sense anything?
There might be something in the room. I don't know. We're not close enough yet, though.
Okay. Can you tell where it's coming from, or where we should head?
She sort of like she gives like the look. She closes her eyes, and then she closes her eyes for like a solid 3 seconds. There's a few more crafts of lightning, and then she's like, I think it's the far side of the herbarium. Never in the entrance, is it?
Never. Okay, well, does she mean the far side of, like, at the end of the path? She means
somewhere over here, in this direction.
Okay, so then we keep walking down the path.
Okay. As you walk further down the path, you notice the light becoming stronger from the glass case. And, as you get closer, what seemed like whitish light before is actually more red.
Okay. Okay, so we walk all the way to the glass case?
So, like, you turn this corner, and you can see the glass case off in the distance, and it's sort of like a terrarium, yeah. When you were here last, it was like a terrarium with these fancy orchids, but the walls of the terrarium are all covered are all red, and it's like opaque red, so you can't see through it at all.
Okay, can we see the source of the light?
The source of the light is inside of the terrarium.
Oh, it's in the terrarium, okay.
It seems to be coming from inside the terrarium.
Emil, have you ever seen anything like this?
No.
Do you think should we go closer? How do you feel about this?
She snuggles up a little bit closer to you, and she's like, well, this is our job, right?
Alright, well, I guess we better press on then.
Okay. So you're still like at that point you're like 40 feet away from the terrarium or so. As you get closer, like 20 feet, 10 feet, you start to notice that red color is very uneven. It's sort of like it's not pulsing, but it is like it's not. It doesn't look like someone took a paintbrush and made an even coat. There's like ripples in it almost. And as you get closer, Emil starts squeezing your arm harder and harder. Very much. God, what are you even doing, Vince? Very much like the night of the concert.
Yeah, Zar's not paying. No, Zar can't read chat.
I can't read chat. I can't look at Skype very often. It's way too distracting for me.
Emil, are you okay?
Focus. She's like, she's not saying anything right now. She's just like struggling for words.
And coma.
Can we keep moving closer?
I don't like this place.
I won't let anything happen. We need to get closer. We got to find out what's going on.
Okay. As you move closer and closer to the terrarium, I keep wanting to say aquarium. But as you get closer, you're probably about 10 feet away from it now. The wind is getting louder and louder and louder as the storm brews. And you notice that the terrarium is actually filled with red liquid.
Oh, jeez.
And with the crack of thunder, the walls of the aquarium burst forth, and the distinct smell of blood fills the air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I grab Emil, I jump back, I pull her
Okay.
away as fast as I can.
She starts screaming and holding her head, and she falls to her knees. So are you like dragging her away while
Yeah,
she's on her
I'm
knees?
pulling her back so she doesn't get splashed by any of the
She's
liquid.
like full on, like she's using her throat to its utmost capacity of screaming, like.
Okay, I wrap my arms around her, I wrestle her to the ground so she's sitting on the path.
So you've pulled her back at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so after the initial gush of blood and glass, the pool just sort of levels out like a normal liquid would, and it's sort of like the edges of that pool are like slowly creeping towards you, but it's not like supernatural. It's just like what water does. But it's still pretty far away from you, and you're not in like danger of getting soaked with blood or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, it is slowly moving towards you, and she's like as you try to wrestle her and calm her down, she's still just like she's trying to shove you off. She's still screaming. It's like she's trying to cover her face almost.
Okay. I would continue trying to make her sit down.
Okay. So eventually, so she there's like another loud crash of thunder, and like just as it happens, she stops her flailing and then just stops screaming immediately. And she just starts bursting into tears, and she grabs onto your chest. She's like full on like mom hug.
Okay, I wrap my arms around her and I'm rubbing her back. Are you okay? Are you okay? Did it happen again?
Can we leave? And she barely says that through all the tears.
Yeah, we can leave.
Okay. So as you guys are exiting the herbarium, you hear distant screams and loud clanking happening in the hallway directly in front of you.
Ah! What was that?
She lets out a little yelp. She's like, what's happening down there?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Everything's going crazy. I have no idea what's going on. But don't worry, I'll keep you safe.
Let's find the others.
Okay, let's find the others. That's a good idea.
All right. You guys exit the herbarium, and
The intestine.
so from Matt's perspective, he heard the screams coming from the herbarium. Wait, no. Yes, he heard the screams coming from the herbarium, and then he heard screams coming from the rec center. So he heard, Matt's character heard loud clanking, the maid went off. Then he heard screams. He heard loud clanking, then the maid went off. Then he heard screams coming from the herbarium, then he heard screams coming from the rec center. So that's how this is all played out this far. That's how I'm headcanon this all together. So first the events happened at the herbarium, and then the secondary events happened at the rec center. Oh, jeez. Holy crap, the stopper on my chair came loose, and so my chair went a lot more forward.
It's
Anyways,
a ghost?
It's a ghost!
Should have kicked
Definitely
it.
a ghost.
Should have kicked it. But yeah, so the screams have happened. They are heading back towards the junction where Mr. Gray is working on the door system. Let's give Mr. Gray a little bit of love. So while you have been sitting here, you've been hearing loud clanks and screams now. You've just heard the screams. What do? Are you still just focused on the door?
I'm sitting there muttering to myself, I don't want me to open the door. I'm going to open the stupid ass door. I'm sitting here, screams going on all around the stupid mansion, and they're sitting here trying to get me to open a glass door. Anybody can just get through anytime they wanted.
So you notice not something, but the absence of something. You would have thought that Mr. Montgomery and the doorman Frank would have done something, been somewhere at this point, acknowledged it, but they had, like, at the beginning of these events, they went back into the lounge, and they have not been seen since. You haven't seen them since. You'd have thought that they would have run through the lounge and asked what was happening, but they haven't.
I'm going to test this theory by keeping open the glass door.
Okay. Let's roll. I'm going to give you a score for something now. Where are you? Okay. So you've spent a long time tinkering at this door. You've mixed up a few wires here and there and plugged them into different places, and now Mr. Bobo has been
He jumps around on the keyboard to type.
he's been typing, and so you two have been troubleshooting this problem. And I want you to roll 6.
66.
Yep. Against difficulty 5. As you make your attempt, a few, so you give up on the wall panel and you move over to where Mr. Bobo is on the terminal. You try to open, you hit the open sesame button. So, let's roleplay that, and I'll tell you how it works out. So,
I unplug myself from the wall, get up, kind of frustrated that this isn't working. Everything in this house isn't working the way it's supposed to. So I go over to the terminal, pick Mr. Bobo up by his tail and kind of sit him on my shoulder. And he crawls back into my dreadlocks, hanging on to him. And I start typing at the computer. And then hit the key to open it.
You're going super robot mode right now?
Super realistic right now.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, you're in character as a cyborg.
Okay. Is that better?
No. Not really.
Really?
Yes, really, not really. You're still a robot.
Its verbal programs are malfunctioning.
So also, just in terms of setting the character, no person is more than like 40% cyborg in this world. Like, there's no people that are like mostly cyborg with like a patch of human skin, because it takes a toll on your soul, because souls are a thing that really exist in this universe. So, or that for sure exist in this universe, because we have spirituality, or like spiritualists and like shamans and stuff like this who can actually see auras. And if you do too many cybernetics, you damage your aura to such an extent where you actually like go insane or just die.
Wait, can they see my aura?
Yeah, spiritualists and shamans can see auras.
So Dan
Not
can see
all
my
the
character's
time.
aura.
Oh, I didn't know I could see auras. What does that tell me? Oh, besides
If
So,
it's based off the
like-
actual Shadowrun game, you have to be in the astral plane to see the aura.
Yeah, you have to like
Okay.
trance into the astral plane to see auras. But like if there was any living creatures in the room, you could like enter an aura, or like you could enter the spirit plane and see. But for the sake of, let's say for the sake of consistency, if you've been doing that, you haven't been noticing other living auras. Let's say you have an ability to read auras in a room, and you haven't been noticing other. Oh my God, Sidness, please. Click back.
What?
click, silence. Anyways, you have like the ability to read other living auras in the room, and like when you entered the herbarium, there was no other living auras. It was just, I don't know. You could sense magic. I guess
Okay.
these are things we should have gone over before.
Yeah.
I'm good at this. I'm good at this thing. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
So let's
Okay.
proceed onward. So you've finished your troubleshooting. Now what? You're getting ready to press the button to open the doors.
I picked Mr. Bobo up and put him back on my shoulder and typed out a couple more commands and then attempted to open the door.
And you went back into robot mode. It's fine, just proceed onwards. So you like press down on the open button and sparks like fly out of the console. The touch screen like flickers on and off and then stays off. The red light on the door turns green and the doors open. They open and then they click. So you.
Dang, I want to kick those doors down.
Based on your knowledge of the mansion and how its systems work, you know like this door has now entered fire emergency mode where the doors are all open and are locked open in case of, I don't know, damage to them. They are like bolted into the ground in the open position.
Well, now that that's done, I guess I should go find out what all this screaming is about. I think to myself as I turn around and go towards the last scream that I heard, which I believe was Sidnos.
No, the last scream you heard was it was from Sidnos' side. Also when the door opens, like the lights don't light up in the hallway in front of you. They're sort of flickering on and off, pulsing red. So it's in fire. Like you can tell, like this, the hallway system in the hallway moving forward has been put into fire emergency mode. The fire lights are flashing on and off red.
I kind of glance down the hallway, see if anybody's there, see if I can see anything at all.
You see nothing down the hallway through the red glow of the fire emergency lights.
Okay, then I am still more concerned about the screaming.
Okay. So now Mr. Gray is moving towards the rec center. Miss Green and Miss Violet are also moving towards the hallway. Let's pick up this scene. Miss Green and Miss Violet get to the door where the Mr. Gray was working on the doors, and you saw him when you left. The door is now open. There's red lights blinking. You heard a scream. You have no idea where it was coming from. But you are now at the crossroads of let's move back to the hallway. That's right. I have a map for this. Okay. So you guys are now at the crossroads. And
Okay.
Mr. Gray, you have no idea where anyone is right now. There's blinking red lights to your, so you're leaving from the herbarium. There's blinking red lights to your right down this hallway on the south side. In front of you, the hallway looks standard, empty. And to the left of you, there's no immediate noise happening. So what you do?
I would say we get to the crossroads, and I just ask out loud, just into the air, "Where is everyone?" And maybe I yell it really loud down the hall.
Okay. So you yell, "Where is everyone?" really loud. Mr. Gray, you hear someone behind you screaming, "Where is everyone?"
I yell back that
Yell.
I heard screaming from this direction, and I'm going to check it out.
Do it in character.
I'm not yelling by my mic because I'm asleep.
You can fake yell. Oh, whatever.
And he's down here by the rec center, right?
Yep.
Okay. Emil, what do you want to do? Do you want to follow them, or you want to head back to the lounge?
I want to find other people.
All right, so let's go ahead and follow him and see what's going on.
Okay. So you and Miss Violet, Emil, move down towards the rec center, following behind Mr. Gray by, I don't know, the hallway's length. But there's several corridors leading down to The rec center. Oh my god, maps, guys. Maps are a thing.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is
I
how it's
also want
supposed
to
to work.
point out that I'm not sprinting, but I'm moving at a healthy clip.
Yeah, and you're a troll, and they're an elf and a human, right?
Yep.
So you are going to be moving a lot quicker than them, just at a normal walking pace.
Yeah, we're running. I'm holding Emil's hand and we're running after him,
Okay.
trying to keep
And
up.
you will
It's
catch up
more
to
like
them.
kind of a half jog. I'm moving quick enough.
You're striding.
Or I'm moving quickly, but slow enough that I can still see what's going on around me without just running past somebody.
So you're like speed walking,
I suppose.
right? Is that right?
Sure. Yeah. Close
Okay.
enough.
Like a really quick
I just,
stride, a speed
I just
walk.
imagine you doing
Um,
that thing with the hips, just like boom.
Hips let go, boom.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
Like this, like
that's
this.
Mr. Gray. He's got them wide,
You like moving like
caliber
that.
and troll hips.
Yeah, exactly. You could really get some power behind those
Mm.
hips.
All right, so you will catch up to him before he gets to the rec center. But let's move back to this other scene, where let's see. Okay, so what was happening here with Sitnos, the maid, and Vince?
Sitnos was gonna kick the girl in the throat to get her glasses, and I was gonna go check out the loud banging sound.
Okay. The maid wanted to leave though.
The maid was starting to leave.
Like she was heading towards
Yeah,
the.
she's
Just
way
trying
gone.
to get her glasses.
So, the maid is actually now just walking towards the exit door. It's like, I think you guys have it under control. I will be just returning to the door problem.
Yeah, I gave up on her.
Okay. So, she's heading towards the rec room.
So Sitnos, are you standing there by yourself, or are you gonna follow me in?
I guess I'll like walk behind you a little bit. Real wary though.
Then I guess we are proceeding to the sound.
Okay. So, you sort of, like, are you like peering around the corner kind of thing? Like, as you get to this breakaway here?
Yes.
So you sort of peer around the corner, shining your cell phone light timidly. Let's see.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. I want you guys to make a different kind of check.
Is it a possession check?
No. That might happen though later. What?
Oh, God.
What? I want you guys to. Let's see. You guys are gonna suck this. Oh my god, are you guys gonna suck at this? Do I give you a 1 or a 2? I'll give you guys each 2. So roll 2d6.
Both of us?
Yep.
Wow.
Ripped.
See where are we at?
Dang.
All right. Vince, Sitnos can't sense anything other than she's heard the noises, but Vince has like a tingling on the back of his neck, like the hairs on the back of his neck are starting to stand up. Like the little voice in your head that tells you don't fucking go forward is like just whispering to you ever so subtly. Like you feel like even though you don't know that there's any danger, you like feel like there's danger.
Okay. Sitnos, how close are you?
I'm behind you.
I guess I turned to Sitnos, and I'm like, stop back it up.
Yeah, I'm out the door. I'm leaving.
I think at that point, like, I think my character is right behind her, in all honesty.
Okay.
I have no.
I can't even joke without spoiling things, so I'm not even gonna joke. But
This is when I show up.
so yeah, you guys hurry out to the rec center. You actually like, how quick are you moving here?
I'd imagine we're sprinting.
Okay.
Like we're like full on fucking running.
You're full on fucking okay. So you full on fucking run. The nurse was just doing like a more of a casual walk, maybe a little quick, and you meet her
The
like
nurse?
sorry, not the nurse. Wow, the maid. Both sexy things, but this time it's a maid.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow. Okay.
Anyways, you
Freudian
find
slip.
the maid at the door, like she's just about to open the door, and you're sprinting behind her. She's like, "What's wrong? What is it?"
I feel like we should open the door, push her back, and be like, "Take the bitch, leave us alone."
Oh,
Can you do
poor
it?
vet.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Read my mind.
What do you do?
I guess who's ahead? So now it's you or I. Who has longer legs?
I'm in heels.
Okay, I'm definitely past you, and I'm not a gentleman, so.
Okay.
So I guess I'm at the door. I'm gonna give her like a nudge out of the way and open the door, and then shove her through the door.
She like looks at you baffled, and she like sort of follows in behind you. Sitnas, I assume you just follow behind as well.
Girl, kick those
Yeah,
heels
but
off.
I'm
You're not the
gonna
girl at the
look
end of
behind
Jurassic
me and
World.
see if- I'm gonna see if anything is actually there.
You like as you take that last glance back, you hear that
Yeah.
same metal thwack. Yep. But it isn't any loud. It's actually quieter because you've gotten further away from it. But
It's
you
that
do hear it
kid in
again.
that vine that slams the oven door.
But so you guys are hurrying out. Mr. Gray is hurrying towards you, and you both turn a corner, and
And my other shoe is ruined.
If we
Your
run
other
into
shoes
each
are-
other,
So,
they're falling down.
Mr. Gray, you hear loud footsteps coming from down the hallway, but it's around a corner.
I speed up towards the steps.
You speed up towards the footsteps, you reach the corner, and Mr. Yellow slams right into your large cybernetic troll body. And you, like, slightly, like, get nudged back a bit, but he slams into you, and now take that scene away. Like, he like, your momentum hasn't changed almost at all since Mr. Yellow hit you. But you
Wait,
notice...
like when I hit him, do I like clothesline off of his arm?
You slam into his chest.
Okay.
But it's like hitting a brick wall.
BT.
Can't catch a break. So yeah, I guess, I mean, we could do an opposing fight check, but, or no, that wouldn't be fight, that wouldn't be fair.
Opposing force check.
It would be force, and I would give, like, Vince a 2 and, like, the troll a 6. But we can do that. Roll 2d2, or 2d6, and then roll 6d6, respectively, to actually resolve this. So you guys have slammed into one another,
Oh,
and we have one success versus...
one success.
versus one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys sort of, like, slam into each other, and you both stumble backwards. See? I'm not... I can revert my meanness back into fairness. So you don't get more
It could have
ruined.
been 6 versus 0, and then you would have just been flattened on the ground. And
Yeah, then it would have been a
Yeah.
clothesline. Then that would have been a clothesline.
This his arm is casually out, like.
Just running with my arms out. I'm an airplane.
If you had both rolled a 0, it would have been like a classic, like, Clue. Like, you run into each other and you both trip backwards and everyone stumbles everywhere. But, anyways, I was
Sorry,
actually really hoping that would happen.
Stepping backwards.
So what happened? Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of like, whoa, what are you running from?
Robot.
At this point, I am completely flabbergasted. All I can get out of my mouth is ghost, and with some flailing of the cell phone.
Okay.
And I definitely said, I don't speak robot.
You can try turning off the webcam.
Honestly, at this point, try. Just so, weren't you supposed to get better inner tubes?
I
tubes.
did it.
Inner
It works
tube.
most of the time, but for some reason it's been like this past week has been really messed up.
Oh. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
guys.
it's because it's literally been raining all week. It's raining right now.
Gotcha.
Storming shit outside.
The internet is composed of a series of tubes called intertubes.
I didn't know if anybody knew.
Oh. I thought it was like the thing that helps you not from drowning.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
no,
I was
no.
thinking. Like,
I was like, is it raining that much?
But yeah, so a flabbergasted Mr. Yellow says, Ghosts! And,
Exactly. Like, ghost!
Go! Oh god, Scooby-Doo. Anyways, so, yeah, feel free to continue with the scene. Shortly after you two collide, the maid and Sitnos arrive at this corner hallway.
are we still running behind him? We haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, you haven't caught up yet, though.
Okay.
You hear a commotion in the hallway in front of you. And you can maybe make out someone talking, but you can't hear any of the words that are happening. But anyways, how does this
What do you mean, ghost? What did you see?
Well, we were checking out the recreation stuff, right? And so we couldn't get the locker room doors open, even though we heard something. And so I went around and I found the secret door, and then I went around the back way, let Miss Blue in, and then there was this huge loud crash, and I guess Mr. Yellow tries to reenact the sound, like. So then we got the fuck out of there.
So nothing happened and you ran away.
Damn.
He told me to run.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go see what's going on, man. I kind of skeptically just look at them like they're crazy people.
The maid sort of like straightens out her outfit a bit from all the commotion. She's like, "Well, this has been quite exciting and all, but I think I will go back to the door."
Well, the door's open, so have fun with that. My task is done.
Do my glasses!
As you say this, she's like 2 paces past you, and then she stops immediately. She's like, and you see her head drop. She's like, well, very well then. I guess I will follow you.
I then proceed towards the sound, which I assume is still periodically going off.
Yeah, every now and again you still hear the loud clank. So, like, as you approach the rec room door, you hear the clank for the first time. It's pretty faint from, like, I'd say, like, 30 feet back from the entrance of the rec room, like, the main rec room doors. You hear that, you hear, like, loud, or, like, a faint clank in the distance.
Alright, I asked, is that the sound you were talking about? I assume they're following me, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely following, but like, super wary.
Okay. Mr. Yellow, are you doing the same?
I will in a moment, but my character's gonna take a moment to recompose himself.
Okay. So you're sort of waiting behind at the corner junction?
Yes.
So, Miss Yellow, the maid, and, Mr. Gray proceed onwards into the rec center. The doors swing open. After the doors finish squeaking closed, you hear like the the doors sort of slamming closed behind you, and then you hear them, like, as soon as it's quiet again, you hear the clank coming from the far side of the rec center. And at this point, let's sort of switch scenes back to the corner hallway. A very flustered is a very mild way of putting it. Miss Yellow, or sorry, Miss Violet,
Miss Yellow?
Miss Green.
I guess we're married
Miss
now.
Is there a Miss Yellow? No. Miss Violet and Miss Green are sort of you hear like loud footsteps coming. What kind of shoes are you wearing, Dance?
Thigh-high boots. Not heels.
Thigh-high boots. So you're making. So you hear like the loud, like solid footsteps coming from the hallway, and you like a fainter sound of. So.
Oh my god.
Are you?
They're laughing at your
That
sound
did-
effects.
That didn't sound like shoes.
All I have is hands.
Oh my god.
Anyways, you hear like loud boots slamming against the ground, and the fainter sound of a pair of heels clicking behind her. Poor Miss Violet is wearing heels. But yeah. So how do you react, Vince?
I guess I'm still catching my breath. It doesn't bug me as much because of Mr. Gray coming from that location.
Okay.
But I do kind of try and present myself in a more accepting way of whoever's coming.
So yeah, Miss Green, you notice a large or a human figure standing at the corner of the next hallway as you proceed forward.
Okay, so I come running up and I'm out of breath. Hi, what's your name?
Mr. Yellow.
Hi. Hi, I'm Miss Green. This is Miss Violet. It's nice to meet you. At this point, I'm being very sarcastic.
Miss Violet, her face is buried into Miss Green at this point. Like, she is clutching her shoulders so firmly that like you can't even see her face.
What the hell is going on? Do you know what's going on?
I think we just found the ghost.
And then when he says this, Miss Violet starts to tremble a bit.
Okay, I wrap my arm around her to reassure her.
Mr. Yellow actually can also hear some faint, like whimpering or crying. Miss Green knows there's crying happening. So you reassure her a bit.
Yeah, so I wrap my arm around her and I just kind of glance down at her. I know she's upset, but I just kind of glance at her to make sure she's okay, and then I look back to Mr. Yellow. What have you been up to tonight? What have you seen?
Well, we didn't see it per se, but you know that back of your neck kind of feeling where you know if you go somewhere you're gonna probably die. I mean, I've had it one too many times in the field before. But we were in the recreation area. We went into the men's locker room. And we kept hearing this loud banging sound. So we went in, and that's when that feeling hit me. I got the hell out of there.
Oh, so you were hearing weird noises, but you don't know what it is?
As he mentions the tingling feeling in the back of his neck, Miss Violet starts to openly sob.
Okay, so I wrap both arms.
No.
I wrap both arms around her now, and I start like stroking her hair, and I reassure
Someone
her.
needs to reenact it.
If you want a reenactment of it, look at the final scene of season 1 of Walking Dead.
Oh God.
Think back to Clementine. Think back to Clementine's face and how she was crying. That's pretty similar to what's happening right here.
So I'm rubbing her hair and I take a moment to comfort her and then I turn to Mr. Yellow and I say, "We've been through a lot tonight already."
Whew. Okay. Well, then I don't suggest you go the way you're heading.
Well, what else are we gonna do? We can't just stand here all night.
At this point, you could see that Mr. Yellow, this is for you,
Okay.
Dance. You could see at this point that Mr. Yellow is doing some internal battles on whether he wants to be a good human being or a bad human being.
Okay.
And biting his lip, he reluctantly says, "Then I guess I have to go with you."
Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate it because we've been through so much tonight. You can see Miss Violet's so upset. We really appreciate you coming with us. You're so great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yellow. Thank you.
So where are you guys
I guess we're walking back to death.
going? Okay.
I have to
We follow along and
curious.
try and keep up.
All right, let's shift scenes. Mr. Gray has entered the rec room.
Wait, is Sinas still with me?
No, she was following.
No,
weren't
she
you
went,
following?
she went back
That's
toward
great.
the thing.
Okay.
You're.
Someone kicked
Can't
down
hear
this
you.
wall here.
Is it us?
What?
She wasn't talking to us.
Oh.
No.
But yeah, weren't you following Mr. Gray?
Me?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I'm just following everyone.
So, Mr. Yellow stayed behind in the hallway, and then you were following Mr. Gray back towards the rec room, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. So, you and the maid were following behind Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray has now entered the rec room. The door is shut behind you all. You hear the clank in the locker. From the locker room. I'm just gonna go clank. And then... There we go. Okay.
Nice.
So, oh, before we proceed on with this, it is 10 after? Or how good are you guys with time? Because I don't mind keeping going.
So
You said you don't have work? You're
I
robotic.
don't.
Okay.
I'm good,
I'm good for maybe another 30 minutes.
but I do have to run to the restroom real fast.
I actually didn't need to do the same. Vince, are you good for another half hour at least?
Yes.
Okay. Let's all take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
More alcohol!
Yeah!
Sinas, you left me.
What?
You
I was
ditched
super
me.
distracted, alright. Where did you go?
I stayed in the hallway. You left me.
Yeah, well, you're missing out.
Thought we were partners. Thought we were like in
I'm
sync.
a curious... Yeah, but I'm a curious little kitten, alright? I gotta see what the hell's going on.
And the scene when we were running away, I just imagined your character like the girl at the end of Jurassic World, where she's running from the T-Rex.
At least you made it.
But yeah, I say we send the maid in first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this feels like between like the kind of horror-esque feel that we're having right now and all these glass fucking doors? It feels like the movie 13 Ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Where are your fancy glasses?
Where are my fancy glasses? Right here.
You still have your coffee?
Still have my coffee. It's just cold now.
I'm back.
I don't care though.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Is this what you want?
Yeah, you gotta end it with some style.
Yep.
Alright. Fair enough. So, alright, so the door closes behind you guys, like normal. It doesn't like slam open as if by a ghost. And you hear the loud clank again. Yeah. How do you react, Mr. Gray? And company? Maid is silent.
Oh, I was continuing onward regardless.
Okay. So you are like 2 paces in when you hear the loud clank. Thank you. I've seen a routine like this, and also we just lost Matt.
No, we didn't lose Matt. I just turned the
lost
video off to see if it helps.
Okay. So with Miss Yellow Miss Blue and the maid, and I keep saying that, Miss Blue and the maid in tow, you are across. You're like, I don't know, right over here. You hear the loud clank again. This time a little bit louder. You know it's coming from the men's locker room. What are you doing? Just continuing towards it.
I'm going towards it.
What's your source of light, by the way?
I have a cybernetic eye that can see. It has night vision.
So you don't have any like light that's visible?
I don't have any visible light, no.
Okay.
I'm walking through the dark as far as anybody else can see.
Okay. Miss Blue, are you just sort of holding up your lighter and following behind him? As he struts into the darkness. Like, you can't see much past the thick body of a troll.
Gotta make myself look badass.
Nice.
Now my eyes don't hurt as much. I think my screen's too bright.
So, what are you doing, Miss Blue? Your light isn't getting past this giant troll. You're just following him?
Does she realize you're talking to her?
Miss Blue?
Pardon? Sorry, I'm distracted.
You can't see past the large troll body of Mr. Gray. Like, your little lighter light is like flickering against his back, but you can't see anything past him. You just follow him?
Good enough.
Okay. And Mr. Gray, you're proceeding?
Yes.
Excuse me. Without breaking stride, Mr. Gray enters the locker room. As he reaches the precipice, let's roll. And you hear another clank, thank you. What routine? There's a classic comedy routine. Like, he keeps saying something, and then he gets it. Oh, it's Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller do that. Okay. Anyways. Roll. Mr. Gray, roll 1. And Miss Blue, roll your 2 again.
This gotta be one of them spiritually things.
Sidnos, you know.
Miss... So she didn't know what the hell Mr. Yellow was on about, but then you get the sudden sense of dread, and just like him, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and, like, your subconscious is screaming at you to not move forward. And you hear the loud clank.
I'm honestly just picturing it as a washing machine, and it's not helping.
But Mr. Gray hasn't stopped moving, but you stop in your tracks for just a moment. Now you get to choose. Do you keep going forward? Or turn back?
Yes.
Alright, so you fight
YOLO
that.
mode.
You fight that instinct. Mr. Gray, you break the precipice of the two concrete sort of dividers. You notice some showers over here, a set of toilets over here on the north side. And then there is
A dying Kool-Aid man.
oh yeah. No. Another set of dividers.
Oh no.
So you hear that loud metal clank happening again.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
You can tell it's coming from it was
Still
too
behind the other dividers.
it was too loud to have come from this oh dang it. The center area. It had to have been coming from the far side.
Alright, after making sure there's nothing in the center area, I continue onwards to the far side.
Alright, so you sort of scan underneath, like, the toilet stalls for feet or something stupid like that, or the showers are, like, open, like, classic rec room fucking showers. Completely open, there's just, like, faucets hanging down.
It just poles with faucets.
What?
The round poles
Yes.
with all the faucets around them.
Yep. Classic. And so you pretty much, like, not stop as you move towards?
Pretty much.
Alright, as you reach this precipice, you notice a whole bunch of lockers. So this is like the locker area. They're all the tall lockers just stacked from wall to wall to wall to wall. And you notice one of the lockers is currently open.
Can I see anything else from this, or just that it's open, I can't see into it?
All the lockers are closed except for a single locker. It is open. It looks empty from where you're standing.
I guess I proceed to that locker, thinking that the door has just been swinging and hitting the locker, and not actually closing.
So, Ms. Blue, are you still following behind him?
Yeah, I'm getting slow though.
Okay. So you're sort of like, as he's moving towards the locker, you're still hanging back at the divider kind of thing?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. So as you get about halfway over to the locker, Mr. Gray, it slams right in your face. Close. And that's the clank. Thank you.
Okay. Is it stayed closed, or did it just open back up again?
So at first it stays. So how do you react to the slam? First of all,
I kind of look around to see what the fuck would have caused it to slam closed.
there's nothing visible that could have caused it.
Then I proceed to check inside the locker to see what could have caused it to slam
As you
closed.
continue to approach to it, it slowly swivels open again. It's not making a sound when it's doing it, but it slowly swivels open again.
Okay, am I at the locker yet?
You are now at the locker. The locker looks completely ordinary and empty.
I just kind of grab the door and try and move it back and forth, see what's going on, and then just try and close it if it moves normally.
So, you try to close the locker. Do you try to keep it closed? You just,
does it when I
You try
move
to
it
shut
back
it.
and forth? I move it back and forth first to see if it's swinging normally.
It always just resets to that same position of open.
Okay, well then I kind of shut it and just hold it there and see what it does.
After a few seconds, when you normally would have expect to hear the door slam, you hear nothing but sort of almost like a gust of wind or a movement of air. But let's see, how long is this? This hasn't been very quick, or this has been very quick. How quickly are you moving towards the rec center, Mr. Yellow, Miss Green? Also, the maid has just been sort of staying close behind Miss Blue during all of this.
Well, Mr. Yellow is probably leading the way, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna lead the way, and I guess I'm going as quickly as I'm not going quick enough to upset, I guess, who is it, Miss Violet?
Yeah.
But I'm going fast enough.
Okay. She's whatever pace Miss Green is setting, that's the pace she's following.
Perfect. So we're probably power walking.
Okay. You're power walking. You arrive. Okay, so you enter the gym. You don't see anyone, and you hear the loud clank again. As it happens, Miss Violet gives a quick shudder, but that's just about it. And then after, like, you keep moving towards the door. Then.
Yes.
Yeah, I would jump a little bit when I heard the sound.
Okay.
And
So you hear the sound and like the faint sound in the distance when you enter the rec center, but after you get closer, the normal pace of it, and Vince would know this, but Miss Green and Miss Violet would not. There is silence where there should be another thunk.
Okay, what's making that noise?
Which one?
Nothing now.
Oh! That's the noise I was talking about before.
Oh, that's the noise you were talking about before.
Except, it's missing.
What do
It's
you
missing
mean
another
it's
part
missing?
to it. There was more to it before.
More to it? Like, what do you mean more to it?
Like, it's pacing, it's off. It was happening more consistent before.
Well, maybe they found out what it was and stopped it.
Mr. Yellow bites his lip, not wanting to say something in front of Miss Violet. He kind of, well, I guess let's go check it out.
Okay, well, we'll follow you.
That party proceeds in and sees Miss Blue and the maid sort of huddled around the next concrete divider right here. So you've entered in here, and I want Dance to roll.
Do I get the reroll? See if my feelings
Yes.
get worse?
Go ahead and roll your 2. Dance, I want you to roll 6, and I will also roll 6.
So
Boom!
Nice.
So roll 6. I don't know what to do. So
Go to the dice.
Yep.
Advanced roll.
Yep.
Go roll 6d6 plus 0. Exploding none. Target is greater than 5.
Okay.
Okay, so Vince, you get that same tingly feeling, but a lot stronger now. So as you break the concrete dividers, imagine like
Your stomach turns.
yeah, like your stomach turns. You get like the chills almost as you move forward. Dance. I don't want to spoil. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. I don't want to spoil anything for the other people, but there was a particular
Whisper it.
scene which you will. Oh wait, that's a good point. I can do that.
Yeah, whisper it.
Also, stop bouncing your table.
I can't help that. It's a very wobbly table. Whisper. Just double click. Okay.
I swear, watch Mr. Gray's gonna get possessed, and then we're gonna have to fight him.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
I think Sitnot's gonna handle it with their heels.
A giant troll who can see in the dark.
All right. What do we got here?
She'll
All
take
right.
off her heels and stab it into your Achilles.
So Miss Green senses something unseen by the rest of you, or unvetted,
Unbeknownst.
unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst. Okay.
But Miss Violet hasn't changed at all since you've entered.
Okay. We should proceed with great caution here.
So I'm over here fooling with this fucking locker.
As you just, is this open?
Well, we are we actually in the same area? I thought we were back here.
You can see Miss Blue and the maid, but I'm probably around the corner, I guess.
He's around the corner. Mr. Gray's in, like, the back corner.
I just feel like pulling a John McClane where it's like, yeah, no shit, lady!
So you guys are back here, and you say you should receive precaution. And then what follows?
I sense something.
A soul in search of answers?
I sense a soul. No. I guess you guys continue. This is your scene at this point.
Okay, yeah, we should proceed with great caution here. I sense some trouble coming.
So, Mr. Gray is still. What are you continuing to do? Are you still just holding it closed?
I held it closed for probably a good 30 seconds or so, and then just let it go and see if it opens again.
It swings open again.
And now I get pissed at the locker and kick the shit out of it, trying to kick the door off of it.
Yeah!
Ooh.
You do that?
Yes.
Sweet.
I
Roll.
don't have time for this shit.
I don't have time for this.
Got time for that.
I want you to roll.
I'm not the most patient troll.
I feel like that's the theme of this game, is kick it.
I haven't kicked anything. I feel like I should kick more things.
Give it time.
It's not really my way, but I feel left out.
I want you to roll
66 plus 1.
Roll 4.
46 plus 1?
46 plus 0.
God damn it. I should have a plus 1.
And what do we have here? 1 success. So you kick the door. It slams shut. And like the sound reverberates all around you because you're in like a freaking cement room. But after so it slams shut. It holds there for just the briefest of seconds. You think you've done it, and all of a sudden it creaks open again.
Now, are these lockers all attached to each other?
Yeah, they're
or
all
are they
like
the individual.
They're stacked yeah. So
But like some lockers, they're stacked, but they're individual. They're meant to just be placed against each other, and you can put as many as you want. Some of them come as like sets of 20.
This is like a set of 20 type locker. It's like covering the whole wall, and there's no like break in the metal in between them.
Can I reach the top of lockers?
Yeah, you can.
I attempt to pull lockers over on their side because I don't want to deal with this shit.
First of all, how do okay, so Miss Blue and the maid could see what happened. How do Mr. Yellow, Miss Green, and well, I'll tell you how Miss Violet reacts.
You're talking about when he kicks it.
He kicks it. So you've heard the slam before, and now you hear like a loud thwomp, and it's like it echoes. It rings through your head. It's so loud.
Okay, I jump noticeably.
So does Miss Violet, and she
as do I.
Okay. Do you go back and grab onto instinctually Miss Green? Or do
Who, me?
Uses as.
Oh no.
Okay. Do you stumble into her at all though?
No, it's more like a cat in the ceiling kind of effect.
Okay. So you just you're on the tips of your toes kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Are you saying anything at this point, Mr. Gray?
I'm kind of mumbling to myself about stupid lockers breaking and causing a bunch of unnecessary worry.
You can hear the troll you met earlier mumbling a bit. You recognize his voice from when you guys split up in the hallway. Your lockers, panic, nothing, that kind of stuff. how do you react, Mr. Yellow and Miss?
I
Green?
would I would start moving forward slowly and kind of glancing at Violet every step I take.
All right, let's have you. She's still clutched hard onto you, but she's more or less unchanged, minus the jump scares from the noises. Do you guys reach this area?
Yeah, I would say we do.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can.
I'm not gonna bother to have you guys roll again. You know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you see Mr. Gray fiddling around with one of the lockers, and now he's starting to reach to the top of the lockers. And Mr. Gray,
Once I grab the tops of the lockers, I start to pull them forward so that they will tip over.
roll the 4 again.
Roll the 4 again.
Don't go for what?
You use all your might and like your body weight even, and like you hear like a slight crimping of the metal almost, and maybe like a bolt popping off somewhere, but the lockers remain more or less unchanged, and that door is still open in the open position.
At this point, I say, fuck it, go back into the basketball court and find something to just prop the door open with so it won't slam anymore, and leave.
You can't do all that immediately.
Fine. Then I say, fuck it, and walk off towards the basketball court.
Okay. How are the rest of you reacting? The door has now swung open, or is still in the open position. There's 4 of you staring at it now. Ms. Violet, Miss Green, the maid, and Miss Blue.
Is that
and Mr. Yellow, sorry.
is that what's been making all the ruckus? I ask, sitting up.
Yep,
Miss
just
Blue?
a stupid locker.
Okay, Mr. Gray. We don't know each other, right? Like we all ended up in the lounge, but we haven't introduced ourselves, right?
You
Because I thought we just kind of ended up.
We
in
That's
haven't
right.
really made introductions.
That's right.
But I'm kind of
Fame.
just pissed off at the locker and not really paying attention to who's around me.
Sorry,
Like, I recognize them, but I don't really care who they are.
for the sake of storytelling, let's say that Mr. Montgomery introduced you all when you were all in the group huddle back in the lounge.
Well, he
Sorry,
kinda
I didn't do
did.
that.
When he asked 2 people
Yeah,
were and said, okay, you're our whatever, you're this, you're this.
Yep.
True.
So let's say that was all. Everyone was there for all of that, so you guys know vaguely what you're responsible for. You at least know the medium and the medium, the spiritualist, and the technician.
Rigor.
Okay, so I asked if that was making all the ruckus, and he responded. How did you respond? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a stupid locker.
Okay, at that point, I would. Can I sense any other auras in the room?
After he says it's just a stupid locker, the door slams again, and you feel a rush of air. So you see the door slam. Roll your 6 again.
Okay.
Dance.
So no, let me wake you up.
What? No, what? What did I miss in chat?
Oh, you roll there? Oh, sorry. Is that a new roll?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of get the sense that the air rushing around you is obviously not made by any machine, or open window or anything
It's
like that.
not natural air.
It feels like an unnatural gust, if there were ever such a thing existed.
Okay. Do you guys feel that? Did you feel that rush of air just then? I asked Miss Blue and Mr. Yellow.
Heck yes.
Miss Blue?
I don't think she realizes
Pardon?
she's blue.
Miss Blue! You're missing
This
your
is running
cues!
into my nap time, okay?
Sorry. Okay. Did you sense, or do you...
Did you
Sense
feel the
the
rush
air.
of air?
Yeah,
The creepy
sure.
feelings.
She's not paying
I
attention.
felt them pretty good earlier, didn't I?
Alright. What do you... After the slam happens, the locker door creaks open again. At this point, Mr. Gray is out in the basketball courts rummaging around for what looks like a solid enough object to prop it open. He still hasn't found it yet, though.
Okay, I would.
Or a large enough object to beat it off the fucking locker.
Okay. You haven't
Goes to
found
the
either.
cafe.
Which,
Hey.
whichever comes first.
Like, you pick up a basketball, nah, that won't do. You chuck it away. There's a tennis racket, that's not going to do it.
Maybe like a big-ass baseball bat or something.
So
A
I'm
troll-sized baseball bat.
There we go. But you have not found that yet. So what are you doing then, Miss Green and the rest?
I would slowly approach the locker with Emil.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down.
When you reach the locker, it looks like an ordinary empty locker. Roll your 6 again.
Okay.
We'll do this. Oof.
You mediums suck.
Mediums suck. Again, you just feel like the aura of something strange, but can't decipher it.
Okay, and can I look in the locker?
Yep, the locker is empty. Do you like try to touch anything back there?
Yeah, I reach out and just put my hand on the locker door.
So you feel the gust. The locker like bumps up against your arm rather hard, but it's not like knocking you off your feet or crunching your arm in the door. It's just like the locker is just like, it feels like if someone had just like shoved, like if someone had like quickly shoved the locker and then bumped your arm. So it is very noticeable, but it doesn't like bruise you or anything. But it does try to close on you, and you feel that same rush of air through the room.
Okay, I jump a little bit. How is Emil reacting?
Every time the winds pass through, she shudders very strongly, but she calms down quickly after.
Okay, then I would turn to. So who's left? Mr. Yellow, Miss Blue are still there, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the maid too.
And the maid,
And the
too,
maid.
sorry.
Okay.
She's
so,
still back there staring at you guys, letting you guys sort this out. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
Okay, so I turn to whoever's closest, and I ask them. Let's see. I ask Miss Blue. What do you think is going on?
Miss Blue!
Sit not.
I have no idea.
You have no
I'm
idea.
sitting on the ground.
Okay. What do you think, Mr. Yellow?
I don't know what to think. I didn't really think ghosts existed prior to this.
Well, I definitely feel something going on here.
He gives her an affirmative nod. He feels something definitely too.
Alright, so inside the locker, there's like that one shelf at like head level, and then there's like, it's open underneath that, and there's like hooks and things in there, but other than that, it's completely empty. There's like the holes in between the lockers. That's it.
Okay, at this point, I would, I think I would probably, just sort of back away a little bit over to, like, maybe this corner over here.
Okay.
And stand next to, Miss Blue, who's sitting on the floor.
Okay. Mr. Gray, you find a large, industrial-sized troll metal baseball bat.
Oh, GG.
Oh, yeah. I then proceed back towards the locker with full intent of destroying it completely.
Okay.
After we kill the locker, can we wrap up?
Yes, that's what I want
Yeah.
to have happen before. I wanted to finish the locker before we wrapped up. That's been the goal all along, but you guys are taking a long time to sort out a fucking locker.
Well, I'm not. I'm just trying to get through it. Well, that didn't work. Let me try something else.
Alright, so, And still, no one has any idea what actually happened to poor Ms. Violet and Ms. Green, but either way, we'll sort that all out later.
Nor do I care.
So you get back to the locker room, and you wind up to hit that locker. Roll 7. Actually, roll 8.
Do I have a modifier since I have a baseball bat?
I'm giving you a +4 d6 because you have a baseball bat.
Okay.
And you're trying to brute force this, which is the hardest option. As I said, the least creative options give you the hardest dice rolls.
My character doesn't deal with all the spooky shit very well. Just kind of, okay, I can't technically do anything about this, so I'm going to force my way through this.
Okay. So you wind up your baseball bat and you get 5. You slam. So where are you hitting with this on the locker? Are you hitting the door or what?
I'm attempting, like, if the door is open, like it has been the whole time, I'm attempting to smash the door off of the rest of the locker.
Okay, so you wind up your big troll cyborg arms. You take that industrial-sized troll baseball bat. This thing is like 6 feet long and like, I don't know, like 8 inches thick. This is like a giant hunk of metal. It's aluminum, but it's still metal. And you knock the door so hard that it flies off its hinges and slams against the lockers on the other side. Everyone has like a jump start. And as soon as you do that, the back of the locker falls out, and you can see an empty space behind it. And with your bionic night vision, you can see that there's like a tunnel. Like you look through the locker that you just hit the door off of, and you see a tunnel proceeding behind it.
Well, that's cool. Does anybody know what this is? And I kind of looking at the maid while asking.
And scene. Okay.
Scene.
Take off the glasses.